Hello friends, hope you all are doing great. It's me Nitin and welcome back to the channel Code. In this video we will solve one of the hardest problem on LeetCode, specifically problem number 2183, count array pairs divisible by k. But before diving into solving the problem, let's first discuss greatest common divisor GCD of two numbers using written algorithm. Afterwards, we will explore GCD to apply in our coding example and pairs of number that specify the specific condition. So now wait, let's get started the video. The GCD or greatest common divisor is a concept used to find the largest number that divides two given numbers without leaving a remainder. It helps us identify a shared factor that both numbers must have in order to form a valid pair. To calculate GCD of the two numbers, we can use Euclidean algorithm, which is GCD of a comma b is equal to GCD of b comma a mod b, which follow a recursive approach. In this code snippet showing that exact code of finding GCD of two numbers. For example, GCD of 8, 3. Since b is not equal to 0, we proceed to recursive step. Next, we call GCD of 3, 8 mod 3. Which is simplifies to GCD of 3, This is similar like above snippet code. We are calling the two integers and finding the GCD using recursive. So after the first recursive step, then it's going to the second. Now GD is equal to 3, again b is not equal to 0. So we continue the recursion. Now we will call GCD 2, 3 mod 2, which is simplified to GCD of 2, 1. Then GCD of 2, 1 as before b is not 0, so we go further into the regression. We call GCD of 1, 2 mod 1, which is simplified to GCD of 1, 0. Now this case GCD of 1, 0, this time b equal to 0, so we hit the base case. Since b is 0, we will return the value of which is 1. So the above algorithm divides the large number by smaller number and replace the large number with the remainder obtained. This process continues until the remainder becomes 0. So this way we can find the GCD of two numbers. So now let's take a look at the problem count array pairs divisible by. So in LeetCode, the question is given a 0 index integer array nums of length n and integer k. Return the number of pair I, j such that 0 less than I less than j less than or equal to n minus 1 and num of I into num of j is divisible by k. In simple terms, we need to find pair ij such that the product of num of I and num of j which is divisible by k. One approach to solve this problem is by using brute force method, where we iterate through all possible pair of I, j using two for loops. For each pair, we can check if the num of I into num of j mod k equal to 0. If it does, we increment the count variable. However, this brute force approach has a time taken and complexity of n square, which is not efficient. So we want a better approach. We can utilize the concept of greatest common divisor GCD. The GCD is used to determine the common factor between two numbers. Let's consider an example. If a equal to 8, b equal to 3, k equal to 6. So we calculating the GCD of a and k, which is GCD of 8, 6 equal to 2. Here x is 2. X means the GCD of a, k. So the shared factor that allow 8 to form a valid pair with another element. To find the factor of other element of b that forms a pair with 8 means 8, we can divide k by x. So we want to find a required number that our k gets divided by x, which have the factor in the next number. So required equal to k by x equal to 6 by 2 equal to 3. Now if we calculate the GCD of the next element b with the k, the GCD of 3, 6 equal to 3, right? We get x2 equal to 3 if the x2 mod required factor equal required factor, then it's becomes 0. So we can understand that we can confirm that the number is a pair divisible by k, because it's a part of, in our example, 8 into 3 mod 6 equal to 0. So it's form a valid pair. To count the total number of pairs, we can use a hash map that store the count of GCD values between num, k and keeping the track of the frequencies. So we can easily calculate the total number of valid pairs. So by calculating the GCD between elements and k, we can determine the shared factor that allow elements to form a valid pair by dividing k by the GCD. We obtain the required value for a pair, checking if other element have a GCD that is divisible by the required value. Help us to identify the pairs that are divisible by k. By using a hash map to store the count of GCD values, we can efficiently count the total number of pairs that satisfy the condition. Now we can solve the problem. We have a method called count pair that takes an integer array of integer nums and an integer k as a parameter. Its purpose is to count pairs of number in the array that satisfy a specific condition. Inside method, we need a hash map to store GCD count, and we need a integer answer for store the total count of pair. So map integer comma integer map equal to new hash map of okay, then int answer equal to 0. Now we iterate the array using for loop. For I equal to 0, I less than nums total length, I plus plus, and inside find the GCD of num of I comma k and store in integer val. So into val equal to GCD of num of I comma k. Then we will create a GCD method after the main logic. Don't worry about it. Now just focus on the main logic. And for each element in the num array, the code calculates the GCD between that element and k using the GCD method. The GCD value is stored in the variable val. The GCD is essential here because it helps us find shared factor that both numbers must have to form a valid pair. So now we need to find factors of other number to pair that form a pair. So int rec equal to, we want to calculate a record that which represent by a record value for a valid pair. It is obtained by dividing k by the GCD value. This record value serves as a factor that other number is in the pairs must have. So now I have the record integer, and to find the total pairs I just iterate the map using for each loop. So for int key colon map dot key set, inside for each loop I just want to check if any previous encountered number in the map is a multiple of record. If it is, then the current element of num of I and the number can validate pair, and that number can validate pair if key mod record equal to 0. In this case, the frequency of that number in the map is added to the answer variable. So after the inner loop complete, we want to insert the GCD values in the map. So we are putting it. So map dot put val comma map dot get default of val comma 0 plus 1. Okay, and then finally closing the curly bracket, return the answer. Now we need the GCD method using Euclidean algorithm, right? So don't worry, we are actually doing outside the method. Public int GCD int a comma int b. If b equal to 0, then we return a. Otherwise, return GCD comma a mod b. It will recursively work and we get the GCD of a comma b. So that's it. Alright, now we can submit the code if it is working or not. Yeah, it's working. Now come the time complexity and space complexity of the code. Time complexity is actually of log minimum of a comma b. It's nearly equal to O of n. And we don't consider the hash map iteration because it's too small. So we leave it and we only consider the GCD part and iteration for loop iteration. So that space complexity become O of n. Why? Because we are using the map. So yeah, that's it folks. I hope you understand the solution. So don't forget the channel Codiota, and if you like the video, please like the video and comment the video. See you in the next video. Codiota.